What's up, guys? I'm back here again at Pontotoc High School. I'm running back up into interviewing some players, and it's been a year since I've been living here in Pontotoc, and so I had to come back and speak with one of the players who caught my eye during the season when I was highlighting one of the boys' games. If y'all have been enjoying the podcast, I said that right, please hit that subscribe for me. I would appreciate it. And remember, for our in-game highlights, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, ALLSPORTSREELZ. We have post-game interviews, highlights, real plays. Hit that up on Instagram and Twitter. Today, we have a player here that plays for Pontotoc High School on the girls team, varsity, Channing Lane. Welcome to What's Your Sporté? So I know your Sporté is basketball. And when I came to one of the games when I was coming to see Tyler Shepard and Zane Tipler, before I came in a little early and I saw y'all's game, and I could see you could shoot that three ball. Did you start playing basketball since you were a kid? What got you into playing basketball?
Yes, sir. Honestly, my whole family, we just grew up playing basketball and softball. My older sister, she played at Blue Mountain and graduated playing college basketball. So I kind of just grew up into it. I played park and rec basketball when I was little, and then Little League, we moved to Pontotoc, and I met Coach Hurd. He got me into like the junior high stuff and everything. And so I just grew up into a family of basketball, really.
Nice. Now, did your dad or mom play in high school as well, growing up?
My dad, he played a lot of like pickup games and stuff, but I don't think he ever actually played on the team. And my mom, she did. So.
Okay. So your sister played at the university level, so you got someone who at home who can kind of either teach you or bully you.
Yes, sir.
Which way does it go?
Maybe a little bit of teaching, not really much though.
Okay.
We get into it a lot because she coaches at the rival school, so it's always a feud at the house about that.
Okay, South Pontotoc.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that later from last year's game. So you said you came here to Pontotoc, and Coach Hurd, I see the banners, the placards. So it's a good, rich program known for girls basketball.
Yes, sir.
So how did you feel coming here playing at Pontotoc?
I think I really wasn't just too like serious about basketball until after my freshman year, really, or last year, I guess. We lost a lot of seniors, like big, like Allie Beckley, Samaya Brooks, Jamia. We lost all of those, and so I was definitely intimidated going into my sophomore season, and I was like, dang, like I got to pick it up, like things are getting real. And so I kind of got more serious about basketball and like realized that like that's really what I like to do too. And so I think Pontotoc has a great program. They always have, and um, stepping up was something I knew I had to do to be a part of it.
Did you feel like maybe any pressure? I know you said some of the seniors left, so going to your sophomore year, how did you kind of deal with that pressure throughout the year last year?
I think just like Coach Hurd always says, like you shouldn't be nervous for games if you're prepared. So I took those extra steps of like getting in the gym. I'd come at like 7 in the morning to like get some shots up if I needed to, or work on my own so that I knew I was prepared for when the games came. And so it just took some nerves away because I knew I was prepared.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I know at that game we came to, I forgot, maybe it was New Albany, y'all were playing, I can't remember. But we were in the stands just kind of getting ready for the boys' game. And I was like, telling my wife, I'm like, man, that girl can shoot that thing like threes. I think you dropped a couple in that game. So I was like, okay, I have to come out and highlight you guys. And I know that's what took me to the district game that y'all had, lost by 1 point, and then in the championship game by 1 point as well. So that was tough.
Yes, sir.
That was tough. And I think it was the last basket in the championship game at Jackson, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you learn from the district and the championship game now going into your junior year that you want to build off of?
From the district game, I just kind of think like looking back on it, like in the moment, I was like really mad. I was like, dang, like this is our rival school, I guess, and it just kind of sucked the whole situation. But like looking back now, like I knew that the Lord had like a plan for that, and like because we lost that game, we had like a better bracket going into the state championship, like that whole thing. So it just kind of worked out good, even though we did lose. And I learned like just like you lose, you got to get up and get going. It was kind of like a really punch in the mouth during that time of the season because you're like, we're about to go to playoffs and we just lost to South Pontotoc. What do we do now? And so that whole week, I remember after that game, we had the weekend to get over ourselves, and then Monday came. We were at practice, and we are like, let's go. Like now's our time to like step up. And then I think after the state championship game, it just kind of it still stings. Like I think about it all the time, but uh, I think the Lord also has a plan for that. And like even though it didn't turn out how we wanted, I think that we're better from it, and that like this year, like I have something on my back, I have something to work for, and like it just
Yeah.
you know like I think about that game. I'm like it was 1 point, like one more basket, like, dang. But it just makes you work harder. And whenever I'm in the gym, I'm like we're winning this year. That's our final goal. So
Yeah, so it serves as a lot of motivation.
yes, sir.
It serves a lot of motivation because I know after that district game, I know with being high school, emotions, people being a little younger, I don't like doing interviews after when somebody lost. And I went back, I was like, oh man, but I can only imagine it makes you more hungry for this
Right.
year coming up. So going back to what we just talked about a minute ago, your sister was at South Pontotoc. So how was that at the family dinner when y'all saw each other that weekend?
um, I kind of just had to like pat her on her back, I guess, but it stunk for sure. My mom is always like the middleman. Like I'm always like me and Mackenzie will get into about something. My sister's agging it on, whatever, and my mom's just like, "Y'all stop it! Like y'all stop arguing." So,
Mama want the peace, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. So going into your junior year now, talked about freshman year, y'all lost a lot of players. Sophomore year, you had a big leap. And so now, junior year, you're coming in with some of the other girls as the leaders on this team. So apart from wanting to get back to the championship, what other goals have you set for yourself this year?
I think just like not becoming complacent with where I'm at. Like I could easily just like lay down and be like, well, I'm a good enough 3-point shooter. I'm good enough like driving. Just I think a lot of players get that good enough, and they just think that like they've met where they're at. But I just want to get better, and I know that I'm not near as good as I could be, and so just keep working and trying to push my teammates as well.
That's good. That's cool. For example, I know another thing maybe you mentioned just thinking about you're not playing volleyball this year because you want to give it all to basketball.
Yes, sir.
Did you feel that playing volleyball helped with your basketball game?
Well, maybe like seeing the court and stuff and just like making smart plays a little bit, but um, I will say volleyball kind of like goes straight into basketball season. So we had a rule with our old coach and Coach Hurd where during volleyball season you couldn't do any contact stuff or you couldn't do really much of the conditioning. So I just kind of was like, last year going into the season, I was super behind and I was playing catch up, playing catch up. And then finally at the end of the season, I was finally like where I thought I should be. And so, not playing volleyball this year, I can tell that there's like, more, it's helped me more than
Okay.
I think would have playing. So,
Did you play softball as well?
yes, sir. I still play softball.
Oh, okay, you still play
Yes,
softball.
sir.
Okay. Do you now, for example, softball, what from that do you feel has helped or helped with your basketball game?
Um, I think definitely, well, obviously hand-eye coordination because softball is definitely
Yeah.
a hard sport, and also just mentally toughness. I guess I said that right, but um, I watched Macy Pfeiffer's podcast, and she was talking about how softball is definitely a game of failures, and I agree completely. Like, you're gonna strike out, you're gonna make an error, and you just have to get over it. So what next play? I've heard that a lot from my softball coach. Is so what next play? So when I'm playing basketball, I make a turnover. Don't like just let it build up, snowball effect. Like, so what next play?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. It seems like some people who play double sports, it helps them with the sport that they're focused on. And I know that's your case. And eliminating volleyball, you're seeing the results for this year coming up
Yes,
for your
sir.
junior year. So take us now through basketball season's coming up. Take us through your game day routine. For example, Tuesday, it's a game day. The moment you wake up, what's your routine on game day?
The moment I wake up, well, I always wake up and I get ready for school, read my Bible, and then I would have just gone to school like a normal day, I guess. But uh, on game days, I drink lots of water. I always drink lots of water. I try to, but game days especially. And then I go to practice, everything, and then after school, we normally have like a time before the JV games where we have to be back, where we go eat, whatever. Sometimes I'll go eat with my teammates, or I'll go to the house, fix a sandwich or something. I try not to eat too heavy.
Yeah,
So then we come back, and I'll usually get here a little early so I can get some shots up and warm up, get my mind right before the game.
that's it.
That's it, I guess.
You got a song that pumps you up on game day in
um,
your AirPods? What's a song that you say this gets me going, gets me motivated?
I don't even really know, to be honest. Normally, I don't wear my AirPods out there just because they always have music playing anyway. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Coach Harry's big on like not having headphones in case somebody talks to you. So I never want to like somebody talk to me and me not be able to hear them. So
okay,
just
okay.
whatever's playing.
That'll get you going on the
Yes.
PA system, right? Okay. Now it's your junior year. This is when a lot of colleges come looking. Um, Recruiting is really heavy because by the senior year, it's pretty sure where this person is going to be going, who they're recruiting. Is that something you've thought about? Do you want to take your game to the next level? Would you want to play college basketball?
Yes, sir. Right. My plan is right now is to play college basketball. I'm not sure where yet. I haven't decided, but I've been praying about it. And if it's the Lord's will, then I would love to continue playing. Who knows what will happen though?
Okay.
I realize that. So just taking it day by day, and whatever opportunity comes, just keeping an open mind about it.
Yeah. What has been some of the things your sister has told you about playing at that next level, playing college basketball?
Um, well, I used to be super like nervous about playing college basketball, and I didn't know if I was gonna be ready for it. Didn't know if I really wanted to. And then something she just encouraged me with is like she would have regretted not playing, and so um, just to take the opportunity and like play, give it your all. If you don't like it, you can always step away from that. But I think I don't know, given the opportunity, if you're given the opportunity to play, and I guess that's
Okay.
it.
Would you, if somebody offered you to play softball, would you go that route or would you say, no, I want to stick with basketball?
I'd probably stick with basketball. I think
Basketball.
basketball is just where my heart is,
Okay.
and I love softball, and I've played like all my life, and up until last year, I was like, I'm playing college softball. I'm playing college softball. I've played on travel teams my whole life and done it. Started varsity from 8th grade till now, and I was like softball, softball. And then last year, it kind of like opened my eyes. I was like, I don't like basketball is more my thing. I like the pace of it a lot more.
Yeah. Do you play AAU ball as well?
I don't. I've never really gotten into too much of AAU. I played a couple years
Okay.
just for like a Bobcats team. I never really got to get too much into it, so I'm hoping to do more AAU this next summer because
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping to get more into it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you got to build up some, because I've heard the competition's a little more tougher and
Right.
it helps refine some areas maybe that you struggle with, that anybody can struggle with during the game. It kind of fine tunes those things. So that's your go to play AU coming up this
Yes,
year.
sir.
Cool, nice. We're gonna go into some quick hits right now. Favorite place to eat in Pontotoc?
I would say either Mi Pueblo
Okay.
or Spuds. Spuds is really good.
My wife loves that place. I know on a podcast before, Coach Hurd, he said Blacksmith Barbecue.
Blacksmith is good.
So I went over there and I was like, man, this place is good. So Mi Pueblo or Spuds. I like both of those spots. Favorite NBA team?
NBA team? Ooh. I don't really watch NBA enough to
Okay.
really have a favorite NBA team. I like Steph Curry though. He's probably my favorite player, if that counts.
Okay. So maybe just jumping on something there. Watching his game, and I know you like shooting the three ball. Is there some stuff he does that you like to try when you're playing a game or practice, pickup ball?
I really like something about Steph Curry is he's like always moving. Like even whenever like his off the ball movement is just crazy, and like I try to implement some of that. It's like even whenever I don't have the ball, it's like keeping like my defender like on her toes, I guess. So I've tried to implement more of that, and he's just a crazy. He's awesome. I think his game is really cool.
Yeah, he's changed the game of basketball big time since I started watching when I was younger. Do you watch the WNBA?
Not much, to be honest. I probably should, but I'm just not much of a TV watcher in general.
Okay. Is there a favorite player, maybe since you have watched some games in WNBA that you like? Somebody that's caught your eye?
I don't even know which. I can't even think. Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
She's really good.
Yeah.
Is that even the W?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
She's an SEC. Yeah,
SEC, yeah. I don't really watch WNBA, but.
Okay. So maybe jumping on that, you got more of the Angela Reese personality, or Angel Reese, or Caitlin Clark personality?
Probably Caitlin Clark.
Okay. Now,
personality.
I'm gonna ask you something as Macy. If y'all win the championship, you gonna hit the gritty?
Probably not.
Okay. Last thing before we close out. If you could see anyone on the podcast, who would it be? But there's a catch.
A catch.
You gotta help me get them on here.
Okay. Either Sadie Stegall or Allie Beckley.
Okay. Sadie, I remember when we came out, we did a highlight with her. She was very good. I was kind of surprised that she went to play volleyball versus basketball because she seemed like a very good basketball player. But she's playing volleyball at ICC.
Volleyball and softball.
Okay, double. So you said Sadie Stegall or
Allie Beckley.
So one of them two, we definitely gonna have to get them on. Channing, thanks so much for joining me today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. And everybody, I'll be taking next week off. I've been focusing on football. You know, football is big here in Mississippi, and it's keeping me busy, running all over the place. So I'm going to be catching some football games. I'm going to take a pause next week on the podcast. But then the week after that, we're going to go to Pontotoc alumni who is furthering his career at Northeast Mississippi. A guy I really enjoyed watch play is Tyler Shepard. So he's going to be coming up, and I'm sure you got to watch him last year as well. So he's going to be joining us real soon. In the meantime, what's your Sporté? This your boy Leo. I'll talk to y'all soon.